fellowship. And tonight, the question that is being asked and answered is, why was there a war in heaven? Why was there a war in heaven? Now, of course, when we start to delve into this war, where's one of the first places that we see, or probably one of the only places we see this war in heaven? In where? In Revelation, right? Okay. So we're going to peek in Revelation, and I put some information up on Facebook, and there were some people who had some questions, and I want to address some of those questions tonight in this fellowship. But I want us to be clear, first and foremost, that most people, when you talk about or you ask this question, they do accept that there was a war in heaven. Now, whether they have any proof of the war outside of the Bible is another story, right? But the reality of the situation is that in Revelation chapter 12, for those who have it, when we go to verse 7, it says, "And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels and prevailed not." Now, as you read that, does that sound like something that's going to happen, or does that sound like something that already happened? Already happened, right? And the reason why I'm stopping there and I'm asking that question is because there are people who will say, well, Revelation is prophecy. And because it's prophecy that this war hasn't happened yet. This war is something that is going to happen. So if this war is going to happen, then I'm going to need you to explain why this is being spoken of in the past tense. And there was war in heaven. Was is past tense. What else is past tense? Right? And then verse 8 says, "And prevailed not." This dragon and his angels who were fighting against Michael and his angels, it says that they prevailed not. Again, past tense. Yes? Right. Neither was there found place any more in heaven. Not there won't be a place found. There isn't any more place found. Again, past tense. "And the great dragon was cast out." Again, what? Past tense. Was cast out. That old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was, again, cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So again, this is all what? Past tense. So the idea that this war hasn't happened yet, you can't confirm that if you're using this King James Version of the Bible. This war definitely already took place. Okay, so where do we get more understanding of this war and why it took place? Because it doesn't make sense to talk about a war in past tense that you say is going to take place. Right? Well, the only way you can actually get any type of real understanding of the war is to first of all appreciate the fact, as we go to the original books of the Bible, that what you call the King James Version of the Bible today, what you call the Latin Vulgate, what you call the Greek Septuagint, etc., right? There's something that all of these have in common. All right? And when we go into the second book, the book of the beginnings, within Papyrus 1, the original books of the Bible, we're going to see something here that should all make us pause for a second. Right? We're going to go to verse 61. Okay? And in seeing what we're going to see now, you should then begin to question or try to understand why there are people saying that this war never took place, that this war or is going to take place. All right? In the second book, Papyrus 1, verse 61, this is on page 53. Bismillah Rab al-Khalaq al-Kareem, in the name of the Sustainer, who is the Creator, the Generous One. It reads, "Yet be thou strong, for in your strength it will be made clear to all who read this text that in your latter day you will also witness the conclusion of the moon cycle of torment causing unconscious and unconscionable mist death gases, and the bringing in of the sun cycle of heavenly conscious and conscience ether gases." There's going to be a change in the environment. That's what you're witnessing right now. There are many people right now who have no interest in traditional church, but they don't know where to go. They don't have any clue as to where they could go. It continues. "This is also the point at which this writing, the original books of the Bible, as a scroll inscribed on papyrus, will be uncovered and brought forth by way of the hands of the guardian angelic being Tahuti through two students of that order, Michael from the chambers of the great pyramid of Giza, and spoken by the voice of the guardian angelic host Gabriel, in order to renew earth and her inhabitants' story." So what has to happen to the story? It has to be renewed. So if it has to be renewed, somebody has tampered with the story. Amun? The renewal of this planet's story is important, as there are those that have done what? Altered the original events and sequence of events of this planet and its inhabitants in such a way as to suppress the divine powers and mentalities of those members of humanity that are children of the Most High, thereby making it where there is no such word as their story, only history, which as a word is a subtle admittance of the purposeful, the what? Purposeful interference. Purposeful interference on the part of certain wicked beings with your development. If you don't have the actual scriptures in the correct sequence, it interferes with your development, because you think that revelation ain't happened yet. That's why you could ask a crazy question like, or say, not even ask, make a pronouncement. Well, this ain't happened yet. This book is a prophecy. But who told you that? Somebody who was purposely interfering with this book. It goes on to say that they were purposely interfering on the part of certain wicked beings with your development, whereby history is actually what? His story. The story of what the Greco-Romans and those they directly influenced say of humanity, since they really lacked any knowledge as to the true beginnings and origins of things, as opposed to what should by right be mystery, simply my story, that which we the guardian angelic beings say of us, and you are children who are members of humanity in varying degrees of genetic potency, most especially the Nubian Melanonite family. So the question is, are you going to accept the records of your great ancestors, or are you going to accept his story?